Hello everyone, we back again. Hopefully by now you've had a chance to practice this science lesson, which is life science, reproduction, and heredity, lesson 5 in the Kaplan book. If you have not, I suggest that you do. It's some great information in here that goes along or piggybacks on the PowerPoints that I sent you earlier and what we talked about earlier today. But we want to jump into a few of the questions. I don't want to do them all. I just want us to look at some of them just to kind of, again, see if you caught or understood what was going on. Remember what we've talked about or been talking about in class. We want to take the time to read the question. And this one says, the parent pea plant parents pea plants, are both. And again, we want to take the time to read over the answers before we get into the information so we have a clear-cut idea of what we should be looking for and what we should be focusing on. So our possible answers to this are tall, short, or of medium height. Now, previously we discussed how you read a Punnett square. We talked about capital letters representing a dominant trait, and of course the lowercase letters representing a recessive trait. Anytime we see dominance in any of the boxes, we automatically know that that is a dominant trait being seen. And anytime we see double lowercase letters, we know that this is a recessive trait that is going to shine through. But it didn't ask us about what was inside of the box. We noticed that the question asked us about the parents. And the parents are always found on the sides of your Punnett square. So for this particular pea plant, we noticed that the father cell, or the father parent, so to speak, is going to be tall because there is a capital letter here, and that represents dominance. We know the mother is also going to be tall because, again, this is a capital letter, and that capital letter represents dominance. So for this particular answer, we would have went with tall being the correct answer. Let's look at another one. Number 2. What chance is there that an offspring will be short? Again, how do we know short? Well, lowercase t represents your recessive gene, and that's the recessive gene. I need 2 of these together in order for there to be a short plant. Remember, that's dominance because it has the capital letters. This would be dominance because it still has 1 capital letter. This is another dominance, 1 capital letter. But when we look here, we notice the 2 lowercase letters. So, of course, that makes this recessive. So the correct answer to this would have to be B, which is 1 out of 4. And I know you're going to say, well, we didn't go through the answer choices, but mentally I'd already looked at the answer choices, and I'm hoping that you did the same thing as well. Plus, I went ahead and evaluated the box because this is kind of like a math type thing for me. And y'all know I love math. So I'd already mathed this in my mind. So I knew what the answer would lead to. One more, and then I would like for you to hopefully finish the page. Keep practicing. Go further in the book. Remember, it is important to get as much practice in as possible. Once we come back to school, the object is to jump right into testing so that we could possibly be finished, and you can be finished with your test by the time June hits. Okay, so number 3. If you wanted to grow only tall pea plants in your garden over several growing seasons, which of the following genotypes would give you the best result? Again, what do they want? We want only tall pea plants. And again, genotype is talking about that DNA structure. If I wanted what's going in there so that I can get what I want. If I look at the DNA, and the DNA is represented here, 2 T's, that's recessive. Remember, we said recessive is short. B with a big T, small t. Remember, that is a dominant trait because you have a dominant capital letter, But remember, I also have a recessive letter, so it is possible to get a short in there if I cross it with a particular parent plant like I did up here earlier. Here, again, same concept. I have a small t, a large T. There is dominance, but there's also recessiveness going on. And then last but not least, 2 T's. Well, they're both capital letters. You know that this is dominance. So if I only want tall, the best thing for me to do is have D, which is a straight, only tall gene being passed on to the generations. Okay. All right. I hope that helps. And again, finish out the page. Keep going. Study. We'll be back again. Any questions, just let me know. All right.